Corbyn, he did not present a threat only to Israel and Israel's supporters. He posed a threat to the whole British elite across the board, from The Guardian to the Daily Mail. They all joined in the new anti-Semitism campaign. Now that's unprecedented. The entire British elite, during this whole completely contrived, fabricated, absurd and obscene assault on this alleged Labour anti-Semitism, of which there's exactly zero evidence, zero. Yeah, there are some fringe members of Labour who are, play into anti-Semitic views.
When people hear that and understand where you're coming from, they'll say, but hang on.
I'm not talking about me.
But you've got a vested interest here because of...
that's totally ridiculous. I read the polls. I read the data. It hovers between 6 and 8% are hardened anti-Semites in British society. It's nothing. Yeah, so there are a few crazies, but there's no institutionalized anti-Semitism in the British Labour Party. There's no threat of anti-Semitism in British society. I've read all the data. I've studied it closely. It just doesn't exist. It's all being designed and manipulated. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, as you know, but this is a conspiracy.
But there are Jewish people, and you have to recognise them in the UK, who are terribly worried about this. Because ultimately, if this anti-Semitism, which is what you're saying is used for political gain, doesn't work, when real anti-Semitism takes hold, then it's going to be back to the boy that cried wolf, and actually there's no protection for...
Well, there's a bigger problem than that. There's the boy who cried wolf, but I think there's a bigger problem than that. If Corbyn loses, a lot of people in the Labour Party are going to blame it on those Jews who fabricated this whole anti-Semitism witch hunt hysteria. And that will be a problem, but you know what the bigger problem there is? It's true! Jews were the spearhead of this campaign to stop Corbyn. And so there's going to be a lot of anger within the Labour Party. That's not anti-Semitism. But that's factually based.
But it wasn't just these Jews that you're talking about.
But they played the most visible role, and they played the most aggressive role. The British elites could not have gotten away with calling Corbyn an anti-Semite unless they had the support, the visible support, of all the leading Jewish organizations. You have to remember that during the summer, all three major British publications, for the first time in British Jewish history, they all took out a common editorial denouncing Corbyn as an anti-Semite and saying that we're now standing on the verge of another Holocaust. They are the enablers of this concerted conspiracy by the whole of British elite society to destroy Jeremy Corbyn.